Hi everyone and welcome to my channel de mi huerto al tuyo y algo más. I am going to talk about seeds today, and not all seeds are grown the same way. I've actually have lost a lot of seeds because I live in PR and I've had to learn to do the research before even beginning to think about planting. Main reason here, so I am sorry, I'm still getting tongue twisted. Fairly new at making videos. It's not my comfort zone. It's a learning curve. So please be patient with me. And when I get too nervous, I laugh a lot. Um, One of the staples here when you go to a supermarket is lettuce. Sometimes you'll find cauliflower or broccoli. So since I've never made a garden before, I've always thought that lettuce can be grown at any given time. So I planted my lettuce seeds, and because I purchased them here, and to my surprise, my lettuce was better. So I decided to do some research in the internet. That's when I found out that lettuce is a cold weather crop. And I also studied about the brassicas. So from there, what I did was I went into AccuWeather and I researched the weather for my area in Puerto Rico. And I actually took the time to sit down and write down the temperatures for day and night for the whole entire year previously. That's how I was able to determine the weather changes: summer, winter, spring, and fall. So, winter here falls in the middle, the last week of November, and it finishes towards the third week of February. So, if I want to plant any brassicas, I gotta wait that long. If not, I can try and trick them into thinking it's cold enough by placing them on a cement floor, because cement actually holds the cold weather. And I did that about 3 weeks ago with broccoli. No, cauliflower, I'm sorry. And it worked. My cauliflower sprouts are about 2 inches tall, but I gotta keep them there until November, that I can transplant them outside because it is cold enough for them to keep prospering out here. Now, another thing, um, when you buy things from other states or other places and it comes in other languages that you don't understand, Google up. When you're gifted seeds, Google up. Google the information. If not, go to YouTube and watch videos. I ran into a problem. I was given persimmon seeds by a lovely lady, and so I decided to plant them. I went to all the websites I know that sell seeds. None of them sell that seed particularly. So I had to go to Google and I went to YouTube. In YouTube, I found people that actually stated that you need to stratify the seed. Others said that they need to be scarred, and others said to plant directly. Well, I did the two that I felt comfortable with: stratifying and direct sowing. The stratified did not work at all. Now, the direct sowing, the first seed took 3 months to come out of the dirt, meaning to sprout, and the second seed took 4 months exactly. So, when you're planting seeds that you are not familiar with, be patient and set yourself a timeline. For the third seed, I waited till 6 months. When I dug into the dirt, some little critter had ate it. But usually, I give myself between 4 to 6 months when I plant something, and I plant them in the tiny planters, so like that I don't lose that much dirt or time. The other thing I do is a viability test. I fill a cup with water. I put the seeds in there. If they sink, the seed is good. If it stays standing, even though it has fallen to the bottom, don't bother. That seed is half half, meaning that if it does grow, it won't mature properly, or if it does mature, it won't give you the proper flavor of what you're looking for. If it stays floating, it's no good. Now, there's an exception to this rule. Any seed that has a shell like pumpkins, cucumbers, sunflowers, you need to remove the shell because the shell won't let them sink. Once you remove the shell, you can actually put them in the cup with the water. If the seed is viable, it will sink. This is what happened to me with the Jack B. Littles. I placed the whole entire seed package in the container and they all stood floating. So I said, it can't be. They cannot all be bad. I can accept one or two, but not all. So I decided to take them out, pat them dry, put them to dry at the sun, and then I took three seeds. I removed the shell and I placed them in water. The first one sank, the second one also, and the third one. That's when I understood that to test these seeds that have this type of shell, the shell has to be removed. And because it had no shell and I planted them, they came up very quickly. By the fourth day, I had a seedling in each one, in each little container. And that's how I grew my Jack B. Little pumpkins. So, whenever you order a seed or you're gifted or you exchange, make sure you do your research and do the viability test. So you don't lose a lot of time. Do the one in the cup of water. That one is quick, is reliable, and for short summers or short growing seasons, I would suggest that would be the best one because you don't lose that much time. It's just, if anything, 5 minutes. Like that, you know with how many seeds you're going to actually use and you don't overseed or underseed. That's how I do my planting. It has worked. And oh, another thing. When you're getting ready to throw out food, meaning like fruits, apples, or pears, look for the seeds. I know a lot of people say not to do it, but I said I'm in the wrong place for them to grow, so it doesn't make a difference. I had forgotten I had still apples left over from my caramel apples because I got tired of eating them, so I stopped making them. And when I went to throw out these two apples because they were no good already, I decided to open them. I found three sprouted seeds. I planted them. One died, the other two are actually, one is about 6 inches tall. The other one is about a foot and 2 inches. And I did the same thing with a pear. I opened it, three seeds had sprouted. I planted all three, and right now I have a very cute, lovable 6 inch pear tree. So, yes, things can grow outside of their region, but you gotta know how to do it. The gardener that showed me that I learned from are two. Gardener Scott, because he lived in Arizona and I think now he's in Colorado. Because in Puerto Rico, there's 3 months that are drought season. So I was looking for drought tolerant in YouTube, and that's when I came across his videos. Excellent. And the other person that I started looking for was a regular gardener. And the first person that I came across on the top of the list, because I was looking for specifically on how to make a small garden in your backyard, was M.I. Gardner. And I stuck to those two. I read and took notes and brought those notes down here with me to PR. They work. So if there's two people that I would recommend if you have any doubts, since they're far more experienced than me, M.I. Gardner has about 10 or 11 years. And Gardner Scott, he's been growing his own food for over 30 years, but he is dry soil. And my Gardner is what I would say common soil. So if you have any questions or comments, or you want to give me an advice or an update or a tip, please you can subscribe, hit the like button, and comment. If I have anything I need to get back to you on, I will let you know. Thank you. God bless. Enjoy your day. Ciao.